It's a mouthful, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's find out
who has the feature.
Who got this award. Yeah, bring out the trophy.
And the IOCCC INABIAF award goes to Don Yang from the United States.
And Don has a really nice anime character here as source to give you a fun bit of code. There is a challenge, by the way, and the fun challenge is you'll see up here there's a constant 114 in the source code, and the fun challenge is to explain the purpose of that constant. And answer a question, is there another constant value that could be placed there so that the program, without affecting the program's functionality? Now, if we look here, what we'll see is when you run the program, and you give it prog, we give it hello world, it will produce a C program. Now, this C program, when you cat it, has some weird stuff in it, right? You don't need to see the details, but trust me, when you run prog with hello world, new line, you'll get some C code, which when you compile the C code that the program produces, guess what? It prints a bunch of warning messages. Well, instead of just throwing out those warning messages, if you cat the warning messages back to the compiled program, so prog hello world produced a C code, which you compile the C code, it produces warning messages. When you compile the program and send the warning messages to the program you compiled, it will print hello world. Let's try this again. Here's a case where you have two strings, and so the prog has got two strings here, going to produce output 2.c. So you've got a C program, and if you look at that C program, it's a bunch of weird stuff which you compile, you throw into warning messages, but you don't throw those warning messages. You instead compile it and send the warning messages into itself with Cling, and it will produce a string. By the way, it does it with Clang and GCC. Here's warning messages, and there's a set there. By the way, you can also, so not only does the program with an argument produce C code, which when you compile generates warnings, and you send the warnings into itself and produces the string or some string, you can also use Ruby on the produced program or Perl in the produced program, and it does some interesting, it also prints some stuff. So that resulting program will produce itself either by using the C compiler warnings, Clang or GCC, or you can also use Ruby and Perl to do the same thing. It is a marvelous thing where these things are not bugs, they're features. In fact, they're very important features. Here is I'll mention there, Don Yang gave us this nice video, and the video this is sped up right fast, but you can watch, there will be a link in the entry that will produce you a web page where you can choose to watch either in real time or sped up Don actually coding the program. You can see the fact that what Don did was to write comments as he's debugging, developing the piece of code. And at some point when the code is actually functioning, and it'll come here in a moment, he's got to do some more code stuff and test things. He begins to take that function code and begin to craft it into an image from the middle out. So you can see how he then takes the running program, gets rid of the comments, and produces this nice little anime. So you can watch Don actually an act of actually creating the piece of code. It's a fun little reward for those that are watching it of how he does what he does.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and so go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that 11th winning entry is the highest so far we've seen.
Yes. So definitely there for your 11th IOCCC, a prolific winner of C contests. Again, the challenge will be to take that understand the purpose of that constant 114, and also see whether there are any other constants that could be used there that will produce the same functionality. Congratulations, Don. Really, really fun piece. Really fun code.